expect all of you to please clear the cobwebs from your mind with the instructors who would be there. They will resolve all your issues, and at the end of the webinar session, that is all 4 sessions, I am sure each one of you will be absolutely clear on the what, how, and why of an SSB. Boys and girls, the sessions would be taken by instructors who are not only DIPR qualified, but they have also done minimum 1 tenure at the SSB. Between our instructors, that is the 3 instructors, they would have assessed and mentored more than 1 lakh of candidates. Therefore, they are the best you have at hand, and please resolve all your queries, clear your cobwebs through them through these interactive seminars. SSB, as you know, is a test of personality. All the 3 instructors, that is your IO, the GTO, and the Psych, will be assessing you based on 15 OLQs. Their method of assessing you would be different, but the goal is the same, assess you on the 15 OLQs. SSB is looking for a leader. And when you go there, you have to prove it to them, show it to them, and tell them in no uncertain terms that I am that guy you're looking for, or I am the girl you're looking for, I am the leader you're looking for. Because a leader is a person whom the troops who are placed under command would follow blindly. And why will they follow blindly? Because in a war, you can always lose a limb or even your life. Therefore, there has to be something in the leader which will make the men follow them blindly. This follow them is not like following on Twitter or Facebook. You can unfollow them there also. But in a war, a leader leads and the followers follow. So therefore, a leader has to exhibit all those qualities which inspire confidence in the men he commands. A word about Colonel Mukherjee, a very accomplished, very well-educated and well-informed instructor. He's done 2 tenures at the SSB, one in Bhopal and one at Bangalore. He was a senior GTO in both the SSBs. He has assessed and mentored after retirement thousands of candidates. Believe me, he is the best you have today in the environment. You will also agree with me once you have gone through his sessions. He is also a postgraduate in psychology. So therefore, whatever you speak, whatever you write, whatever you think, he knows what you have written, and he also knows why you have written. That why comes from the education which he has, that is he's a postgraduate in psychology. Boys and girls, the next session would be on next Sunday, 9th of May, 1000 hours, same time. Therefore, I now hand you over to Colonel Rabi Mukherjee for the proceedings. I am sure by the time you go through all the 4 sessions, all the cobwebs would be cleared and you will be absolutely clear as to what, how, and why an SSB, how it is conducted. All the best, be safe, do not leave your home, times are bad, and if you have to leave your home, do double masking. All the very best. Over to you, Colonel Mukherjee.
Once again, welcome everyone. And today, as we are beginning this session, there have been plenty of questions coming from your side. And as our director also just said, that there are a lot of queries and there are many questions and there are many, what we call rumors. I won't exactly call them rumors, but rather little exchanges or pieces of information between those who go for the SSB, those maybe who are not recommended, those who are recommended. Then there are the slightly, the warriors, permanent warriors who have been going for several times. So a lot of questions keep floating around. There are blogs on the internet. There are questions on Quora. So before we start off, let me ask you all any questions which you would like to ask immediately at this stage. And thereafter, I'll just go over the questions which we have been receiving from you all. And that's how we'll start off now. Yeah, go ahead, please. Yeah, Lal Zwinkana, if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly. Yeah.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you. And I hope all of you can see the screen. Yeah, please go ahead.
There are some riddles and brain teasers in SSB, cracking SSB.
Yeah, if you can switch on your camera, that would be even better.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is there a preparations that we could afford, or they're just cracked by a man with instinctive and logical being? I mean, apparently, how can I prepare for those riddles?
Okay, riddles. You're talking about riddles. Well, there are no riddles here. What you are going to be facing in the SSB are not a set of puzzles or something. Everything in the SSB is what you face in your day-to-day life. So if you say there are puzzles and riddles and there's something, you know, mind-boggling kind of questions, no, sorry, that is not the game here. First of all, my dear friends, if you're all listening, please take your mind away from the education system in which we have right now, where you appear for an exam, where you prepare for a syllabus, and then you appear for an exam. SSB is not an exam at all. SSB is a way of looking at you so that we understand the kind of person you are. We are trying to see your character. What are your qualities? We are not looking at your ability to solve riddles or puzzles. But solving puzzles is a good hobby. That I will definitely recommend because it boosts our first quality, that is reasoning ability. And also, if you can play chess and other games, it also will boost your effective intelligence, which is the second most important quality. And from this, everything actually starts off. So it's a good idea to keep solving puzzles if you want to prepare for SSB. It will make you sharper. But SSB is not an exam. There are no 5-mark questions. There are no 10-mark questions. We want to know who you are. Like the way you must be looking at me right now and seeing what kind of person I am from the way I answer the questions. Similarly, over there, it is an interaction which tells about the other person. Have I answered your question in some form? Have I been able to answer your question? All right. Okay. Any other question, friends? All right. So, well, friends, some of the questions which we have been receiving are the ones which come into your mind right at the very beginning of the SSB. And they are like, what is the SSB procedure? What am I going to face when I go there? What happens on the first day of SSB? And, you know, when you reach the SSB, do they expect you to, you know, perform like a machine? And do we get time to even interact with other people there? And there are questions whether you've made friends, whether you've gone around the place. There are questions about the SSB, the environment. There are other questions is how to go about the screening test and all such kind of things. So let us first handle the very first steps which you would like to take for the SSB. So remember, SSB is after all a system by which we judge or assess your personality. However, it is not limited to that. Firstly, let us see our steps to join the armed forces. Okay. Now, basically, just like any other organization in the country, the armed forces also need their people. And what the SSB is aiming to do is actually select the team leaders out of them who will be handling the men in the armed forces. That is the Jawans, the soldiers, the workforce. You need team leaders, people who will understand, process, and implement the tasks which have been given in the organization. So basically, the entire SSB procedures boil down to selecting the right person for the right kind of job profile. Now you will ask me a question, what is the job profile? As I was telling you, the job profile is that of a team leader, but it's not just a team leader. It is a person who is going to be handling his men and keeping them motivated for doing actions even in very, very difficult circumstances. It is the extreme situations we are talking about also. And therefore, if we are to select a person, it cannot be just on the basis of some little exam or a few questions, just like you have in the multinational companies, or you have, even I would say, for the civil services, that you have an interview, prior to that you have an exam and all these kind of things. Over here, we need to go deeper into your mind. And that is why the science of psychology is applied, because after all, you will all agree that psychology is the science which is the one which is used to study the behavior of human beings. In fact, anyone's behavior. And from there, try to find out what are the, thought processes, what are the likes, dislikes, desires, ambitions, everything. So the process for the SSB, of course, is not limited to one single part. As you can see right now, that SSB is a two-stage process. That means there are two parts to it. The first part is where when you arrive in the SSB, because I'm now coming on to the second or third question, which says what happens on the first day of SSB and what happens in the screening test. So when you arrive in the SSB, whether it is the Army, the Navy, or the Air Force, in all these three places, you are first made to go through a screening test, or what we call as the stage 1 selection process. Now, what is this screening test? Once again, you will say, there are many questions, and that is primarily what we will be handling today in the webinar. So the screening test is a combination where we test out your basic intelligence, that is your IQ. And also we see your ability to perceive objects, people, situations, and thereafter, whether you have a little bit of imagination in you to construct a story, and thereafter, can you speak out in front of people? Do you have the basic confidence? Do you have the basic communication skills? And do you have goodwill towards others or the ability to cooperate? So remember, my very first take is that the screening test is not a psychological test, remember. It is not a psychological test. Therefore, many people confuse the screening test with the TAT of the psychological test. Don't do that. Because here we are not looking at your 15 officer-like qualities, but rather we are just seeing your ability to go through the main part of the SSB. So here, there are a lot of people who come to the SSB who may have just come along with other friends, who may have just applied for the sake of it. Somebody must be looking for a job, so he's applied for the armed forces. And therefore, the screening test or the screening process is to eliminate the people who are not really committed for the armed forces. That is a basic elimination. So remember this part, my dear friends, that the screening test is not looking at your 15 officer-like qualities, but rather basics: communication skill, group-mindedness, confidence, your ability to imagine, and your ability, of course, at the very first stage to perceive. Okay. Once again, now, friends, let me ask you, I hope you're able to follow and understand what I'm speaking right now. And I hope in case you have any questions, meanwhile, because we are making the little steps now towards explaining to you the various systems. Any questions at this stage? Any questions, anyone?
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Sir, as you just mentioned that it's all about the personality and like discovering the person's like way of thinking and things. But
Yes.
sir, why do people categorize this SSB as one of the most difficult examination to pursue? Because I heard that only a few number of like men can.
Yeah, very good question. That why do we normally, you may be able to clear a IIT exam,
Yes, sir.
but you may not be able to get through in the SSB.
Yes, sir.
It is because, firstly, the screening test, as I was telling you, is a very tough part. The second part is that we are looking whether you've got the 15 officer-like qualities. Now, there is a thing to understand here. You see, when you go to the SSB, all of us have got the 15 qualities, okay? We have it in some way or the other. And I'm going to just give you a little glance at the 15 qualities, officer-like qualities. But the fact is that our qualities don't get displayed. So anyone who is totally committed, who is totally involved, who is therefore a person in such a state is able to display his or her qualities. Let me tell you another example. You're taking part in a group discussion. Now tell me one thing. If you don't speak or just speak occasionally, what will happen to the person who is trying to select out of the 10 candidates who are there in the batch, who's trying to select the officer out of them? Tell me, if you don't speak much,
Yes, sir.
what will happen?
So obviously the person will not be highlighted, as we have to highlight
You will
ourselves
not get
in good
highlighted.
discussion most.
So therefore,
Yes,
now you will say, is it tough to be in the SSB? No, not at all. Because a topic has been given in the group discussion. And if you are generally aware of what is going on in the world and in the country or around you, you should be able to take it on. Because we are not giving any questions which are related to, say, IFS rank, or we are not giving questions which are related to on the World Economic Forum or something. No, not at all. We are giving things which are coming regularly in the newspapers, which is spoken about. So even in that, if somebody is not able to take part, or you are not able to find the words to express your ideas, how can you then take care of the soldiers and give them orders and convince them? So I've just given you the example of one single task. And that is why, everyone, somebody is lacking in general awareness. Somebody is not imaginative. For example, in the psychological tests, if you are able to see a picture, but no story comes in your mind, that means the imagination level is not there. You are relying on life in the way you are getting it from other places. You don't want to think from your side. So these are the abilities which are required to be there in an army officer, armed forces officer. And that is why it appears tough, but it is actually not so. Okay. I hope I have answered your question.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Anyone asking a question, please switch on your camera also. That gives a slight, you're able to make out what you are asking, and I can generally pick up your questions better. Okay, so let us proceed ahead a bit about what happens in the SSB. Okay, So once you have cleared this rather very, I won't say it's actually mentally not tough, but it is because too many candidates come. That is why the screening test becomes a bit difficult, because there is a wide choice with the assessors. And so anyone who is able to reach the mark gets in. Somebody not speaking, you are just eliminated. Somebody not doing well in the intelligence test, you get eliminated. But thereafter, the cream of the lot, which has come for the SSB and which has got through in the screening test, once they are now in the main part and they actually get a new set of chest numbers, now you are going through the 3 ways of looking at you using the science of psychology. That means there are going to be 3 different officers specifically trained in 3 different techniques of the services selection board processes. They are primarily the psychological tests, the group testing technique, or the GTO task, whatever you call it. But these are basically more of group nature. And the interview process, which is you are more familiar with, that's the one-to-one interaction. Okay. So let us just see the overall sequence in which how these tests are conducted, how much time is required, what is the general process. Let's have a little look, an overview. So these days we talk a lot about 3D, isn't it? We talk about a scanner. So that is how in the SSB also, you are being looked at from 3 different angles. Interviewing officer goes by your, what you're speaking, the vachan. The GTO goes by your karma, that is your actions. If you act, if you work, if you display, that is how your qualities will be observed. And in the psychology, it depends on the content you have produced based on the stimulus which you receive. That is the images, the words, the situations, all that to which you respond. From there, the psychologist goes deep inside your mind and he or she is able to analyze and work out and create your personality profile. So it is in the second part that we are actually going in great detail and looking at you to find out the 15 officer-like qualities. But now there is a takeoff over here. And that is that we are not looking for negatives. None of the assessors are looking at anything else other than the 15 officer-like qualities. Now, let me throw a little question to all of you before I talk about this flow chart which is there in front. What do you feel are these 15 qualities? Anyone who's got an idea, you can just speak out a few. What are these 15 qualities which are supposed to be there in somebody who's going to be selected as an officer?
So first of all, leadership quality.
Very good. Yeah. What is that leadership?
And so about like what you say, instead of resisting or just a trust in you, a belief in you that yes, if you're taking the decision, it must be right and it must be the like the best decision in the group. Okay.
So inside the leadership, there are actually 5 qualities like confidence, initiative, ability to influence people, and all those things. Very good. I've understood. Yeah. What else?
Okay. So I like to say a presence of mind in situations, in given like situations. We must take
be able to right decide in time, isn't it? Speed of decision, we call it. Yeah, very good.
Yes, sir. I think I have only 2, sir.
Okay, very nice. But won't you feel that before you apply, you show your way you decide things? Is it not important to recognize the situation? What are the details? Grasp the situation, work out your solutions, and organize the actions in a sequence in your mind before you tell others. So therefore, there are the qualities which relate to the mind, qualities which relate to the heart, that is group-mindedness, cooperation, etc. And qualities which
Yes.
relate to your, as you were saying, the leadership qualities, there are 5 of them there. And lastly, it is all related to how much of Josh you've got, the dynamism, the
Yes, sir.
action,
Yes.
the stamina. Okay. So
Yes. Yes, sir.
now just tell me one thing, all of you. Okay. This question is good, Preeti. Well done.
Thank you,
This
sir.
is good, Josh, and please be associated with you. You with us. You have a lot of potential ahead. So
Yes.
I have this question for everyone, that we've just talked about some qualities which are there, supposed to be, which we are looking for in an officer. Now tell me, if I say what are the qualities of a good citizen, all of you understand the word citizen?
Yes, sir.
Who is a citizen? A person who belongs to this country or any country, okay? His or her own country. Now, who is considered a good citizen?
So,
Not only to
a
you, Preeti,
citizen.
the question is not
Yes,
only
sir.
to you, it is for everyone. But yes, you're one of the bright ones who's speaking here. Well done.
Yes, sir. So a good citizen is a citizen who not only claim his rights but also fulfill all the like that responsibility and duties of, like of the nation
Responsibilities towards the
and
country.
duties of the yes, sir.
Country, countrymen, looks after
Yes, sir.
others, thinks about
Yeah,
others.
who is not only demanding the rights but also fulfilling all the duties
Yeah.
and responsibilities toward the
Tell me
nation.
some other qualities of a good citizen.
So it is not only being of the self but also acknowledging the other citizen, and if the constitution is being like disturbed, like it is his responsibility that he should acknowledge the other citizens
Okay,
also.
let's not talk about constitution. Let us say that
Okay, so
who is a good person. You know, you say that suppose today,
who
where do you
vote,
belong
like
to?
I'll say that,
Where do you belong to?
sir, I belong to Assam, Northeast, Silchar.
Oh, Silchar. Okay. Yeah, I've been there.
Yes, sir.
I've trained in a place
Okay,
called
sir.
Varinte. You heard of Varinte? On the
No,
road
sir,
to
sorry, sir.
Aizawl? Yeah, there's the commando school there. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So let us say, you would say, somebody in Silchar, you would say this
Yes,
person
sir.
is a good citizen. On what qualities
Yes,
will you
sir.
say that?
So I'll say that first of all, sir, he votes, like he go for voting.
No, we're not talking about elections, okay? Yeah, I know there's
Okay,
a
sir.
atmosphere. I'm asking who is a
Yes,
good
sir.
person? Anyone you say, na, out of, you meet everyone in
Yes,
your
sir.
colony, in your area. Let's ask the
Yes,
question
sir.
to others also over there.
Yes, sir.
Who is a good citizen?
Hello, good morning. Hello, sir.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, anyone who is not speaking, you can shut off your mic. Anyone who is speaking, you can switch on your mic. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I didn't hear you. Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, sir. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Sir, according
Yeah. Please speak.
to the situation which is going on, hello, sir.
I can hear you. You can speak.
Yes, sir. Who is aware of the situation which is going on around him and the ability to take decision and to act in such a manner that if anything is going wrong, then he should speak up for that matter.
Yeah, wrong and right is different, but tell me some other qualities of a good citizen.
So, who is aware of the who shows a sense of responsibility towards its own
Sense
country.
of responsibility towards himself and others, and awareness, who is honest, who is dutiful,
Yes,
isn't it? Now
Yes,
you
sir.
compare the qualities with that of the 15 officer-like qualities, and you will be surprised that we are only looking for a good citizen.
Yes,
So
sir.
now you think that there are thousands of people applying for the armed forces. How do we select? We will naturally select the best people out of the thousands. What will be the basis? We will select the good citizens. So
Yes.
remember for the SSB, there is no syllabus. The syllabus is you, the knowledge,
Yes, sir.
the way you help in your home, the way you take part in your group activities, the more you are able to speak and give out your ideas, how well you can express yourself, that is your word power, your ideas. All this combines to form a good citizen, and the same way, a good person who is to be selected in the army. So 15 officer-like qualities are very close to the similar qualities of a good citizen. Now, is it slightly easy to understand?
Yes, sir.
Now, how do you become a good citizen? Tell me. By having a routine, isn't it? Having a routine,
Yes, sir.
helping in your home, helping your brothers, sisters, parents. So when you go for the SSB, when you're asked questions about your interaction in your family, it just comes out naturally. You're not going to be faking anything. A good citizen will have a routine
Yes, sir.
and will be disciplined and organized. Similarly, therefore, if today you build up your routine in life and organize yourself, automatically it will show in your actions. You know, a simple thing for the Sunday can be just organize your desk. Okay? Just do that
Yes, sir.
and think about how you will spend the next day. And other things are like, for example, helping in your neighborhood, thinking of new ideas to help the poor, the needy, people who don't have things. And you will see today in the time of crisis in the country, the COVID situation, there are so many people who are helping others. That is how your imagination will come out in the TAT stories in psychology. If you're a person who reads a lot, who thinks also, when you make your sentences in psychology, like WAT, it will rise to a higher level. Automatically, your thinking process will be seen. Anyways, so if you have understood this part, that there are three different people in the SSB who are looking at the same qualities from different angles. At the end of 5-day schedule of the SSB, they come to the final day on the conference where they create their personality profile, and there they are there. It's a slightly mathematical process which you will not be able to understand. And so we have a system of marking also, but it is not like exams. Okay, Drashti, you have a question, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. I have a question. Like, our sisters will be looking at our 15 OLQs, officers like qualities.
Yeah.
Then some of the qualities are within us, and some of the qualities in which we have to inculcate.
Which
then
you have to
what?
build up. Very good. Yeah.
Yes, which we have to build up. Then what happens if we pretend that yes, we are building up qualities, and we are on the proportion to have it in us. Then what happens if we are pretending some of the qualities?
Okay.
Will it be a problem?
Yeah, of course. Tell me, what is the idea of pretending? What does it mean?
Like faking something that you're not?
So if you're faking, what will it be a nice thing to do?
No, sir.
Can you continue to fake? Just tell me. Can you continue to fake in your entire life?
No, sir.
So isn't it a better thing to inculcate the qualities rather than faking it there?
Yes, sir.
So like somebody asks you whether you are reading books. If you don't read books and you just talk about it, the interviewing officer will go in, and quickly find out, because they have been seeing thousands of candidates, remember. Similarly, if you copy stories from all these coaching books and you write down over there, imagine the psychologist will be reading the same story from everyone, because he knows that these stories are there in the coaching book and all the candidates are copying from the same book. What will happen to them? So you have to be very, very natural in your response. it has to be the response of drashti, okay? And nobody else.
But there is a famous quote, sir. Fake it till you make it.
Okay. I wonder who has said this. I'd like to know about this person's name.
I don't know his name, sir, but I've heard it many times.
Okay. Listen, please understand. If you understand the word fake, what is fake associated with? जो fake करता है, fake word, what do you associate it with? Is it a good quality or bad quality?
Surely it's a bad quality, sir.
Then don't do it.
Okay, sir.
And if you want to continue, every time the SSB will see through and reject it. So these words should not be there in your life, faking it. Suppose we develop our relationship in life based on fake ideas. Suppose I join a job by fake certificates. Suppose I come for the SSB with fake behavior. Can it hold out?
No, sir.
So that is my answer to you, you know. So, and I would request you to let me know who has written this word called fake it till you make it. Okay?
Yes, sir. I'll find out.
Must be an actor. Okay. So friends, now look at this thing that what we are seeing in SSB is your personality. And I'm very glad that some of you are asking these very, very important questions because people go through these misconceptions. So remember that it's the 15 officer-like qualities are not some syllabus that you will work on it and it will get ready. It takes time. Just like when we create a software program, we have to make layers of coding, isn't it? Similarly, our personality also is built up of layers of experiences. And we have to train the inner mind. That is how our true qualities will be displayed. So much so about this, let us just quickly look at the overall process of the SSB. Well, SSB, many people come. Some people have cleared the exams. Yeah, Lal, I'm not able to pronounce your name properly, but I hope it is Lal Ring Shana.
Yes, sir. Lal Ring Shana.
Yeah.
If personality is that crucial in SSB, is it appropriate to be an idealist or a naturalist?
You should be a person. See, if you are, that goes into a level of intolerance also. That means if you, it has to be, you know, everything which we have has to be, should not be in the extremes. You should never take anything to extremes. Then what becomes? You will not be able to adjust. So personality is also about adjustment and teaching others the right path. Okay. So, but yes, at the heart of things, your quality should be very, very strong. That is how you will be able to guide the people in the right path. But it should not occupy your mind all the time. It should be, you know, something which creates you. And then you handle situations. All right. Yeah, Anirban.
Thanks, sir.
Hello, sir. Sir, is it a negative point, like to be way to be more honest in SSB? Like
there's nothing called negative or positive because we are being honest is actually what we are looking for is being natural. Yeah, for example, when we go for the interview. So it's not a negative point. In the interview, if you are telling lies, that is the negativity. But if you are truthful and if you recognize, like, you know, being honest is, you may be having some weaknesses. Let's say that.
Yes.
That is how we are honest. Let's say, okay, I am a bit lazy. I would like to improve myself. Unless you are honest with yourself, how will you know which part to improve?
Yes, sir.
So being honest is a very good quality, you know. But then being honest but not improving is again slightly out of the way. You know your weakness is there, but you don't want to do anything about it. That's a difficult situation. But you should be honest. Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So we will continue with the things which I was talking about, that for the SSB, you are going through, either you have appeared in an exam or you have applied online for various entries like technical entry scheme, 10+2 TES, this NCC special entry scheme, and of course the entries for most of the women entries. So there you are applying online, but whichever way you come through, finally you get a call letter to appear at the SSB. So whosoever is coming for the armed forces, their personality has to be checked and analyzed. And once you have cleared the SSB, then you have the medical exam and then your merit list is drawn up. So let us look at the overall sequence of the 5-day schedule, which I was to take, basically cover right now. Firstly, in the Army and the Navy SSB, I hope all of you are able to hear me right now. In the Army and the Navy SSB, you actually report the previous day. Like if today is your screening test, you will actually report on the day previous. And in some of the boards these days, because of COVID, they are calling people in the early morning hours. But normally, Army and Navy has been calling people the day previous. And in the Air Force board, they are calling the people in the morning hours, 1 hour primarily before your screening test. So that is a little difference. So first day of your SSB, you have the stage 1 testing, that is your screening test. Then once you have cleared the screening test, you go through the psychological test on the second day. And mostly by noon time, in fact, a little before that, all the candidates are free. And then as per schedule, your interviews are also carried out. Then on your day 3 and day 4, you have the ground task or GTO task or the group task. And once again, this starts off early morning, say by 5:30, 6 o'clock, and it ends by somewhere mid-noon or even before that. And the balance of the time, the balance candidates are interviewed. So you have 3 days where the first part is used for the testing of psychology or GTO, and the second half of the day is used for the interviews. Finally, on the 5th day, each and every assessor makes a personality profile of each candidate, and based on the way the qualities are reaching to the mark which is acceptable in the armed forces, they recommend them or not recommend them. And then they bring their personality profile for the conference, where their marks and shades are compared. In some cases, there is a little difference, and those are thoroughly checked. The candidate also gets to see all the assessors when he comes to the conference. Some questions are also asked at times if there is a doubt with any of the assessors. And then you have the announcement of results, and thereafter your medical process takes place for the recommended candidates. And then your merit list comes up, and finally, after a month or so, you are joining the academy. So every stage during the SSB, you are told what is your dress, what is your timing, and etc. Now, friends, let us look at the stage 1 today. We will not discuss the other ones in greater detail. The stage 1, that is the screening test, consists of firstly the basic intelligence test, which has got 2 parts, the picture perception and description test, and lastly you have the group discussion. So let me switch over to a different presentation related to the screening test, so that I can answer some of the questions related to the screening test. Okay? I hope all are with me right now. Okay, so just allow me to switch over to the next PPT. Yeah. Okay, friends, we are into the screening test, and let us see what happens in the screening test. Well, for the screening test, as I was saying, that you have either reported early morning. Because of COVID these days, they are making candidates report on the same day of the screening test. After 1 hour of reporting and basic documents check, your screening test starts off. As I was telling you earlier also, that for this, you have either applied online or you have cleared CDS exam or NDA exam. And that is how you get the call letter for the SSB. Why the screening test is there? Because a large number of candidates are coming, and there are some people who have not got a military orientation. Some people are, not interested that much. They've just come with their friends. And there is a stress on the resources also, because each board can actually handle only 40 candidates. That is how it is designed. And that is how the entire infrastructure is designed of an SSB. So it is not that we can limit our intake to 40. We can increase it, but we require people from other boards, which is normally done. So there is no problem on that. But we are selecting the people at least who are able to respond, who are able to speak, who have goodwill and cooperative behavior. These are few of the basic things which are checked out in the screening test, and that is how you're retained. So therefore, friends, the first thing which takes place is your officer intelligence test, or the test of IQ. And thereafter, the entire crowd is given a little break, and then you have the picture perception and description test. Now, what is this test of basic intelligence, or we call it the officer intelligence rating test? And in short form, it is called the OIR. I hope all of you are following me, friends. Okay. So this test, OIR, has got two parts. The first part is the verbal reasoning test, which is a test of skill rather than of knowledge. And it is basically checking out your critical thinking ability. And the other half of the OIR test is the non-verbal reasoning, which helps you how you are able to analyze visual information and carry out reasoning. Now, a little tip for both these things, my dear friends. Well, these are available in the open market. Plus, our Flame Career Academy also organizes your classes when you come for our SSB schedule. So OIR is something like swimming, like driving or cycling. The more you do it, the better you are in it. There is no rocket science involved. It is very basics. So therefore, there are certain books and also tests which are organized by our Flame Career Academy. We have our booklets. So the more you practice the intelligence test, and my advice to you is practice it daily. Whether you study anything else or not, this is one thing you must do daily. Now, in a short while, I will tell you why. Because your grade in this helps you a lot to get through the screening test. So please, my advice, please practice your OIR test. There is this book of R.S. Agarwal, then some Arihant book is there. And of course, we have our own designed booklets, which are quite popular amongst our students. And you get it once you join the Flame Career Academy. So after the intelligence test, which is generally for about an hour, you have what is called as the screening test. And the first part in this is that as a sequence, like this is the image of the screening test, there is a big hall and you're shown an image, and the image which you're right now seeing is basically where the candidates are discussing about the image. So this is the broad sequence of the way in which a screening test is carried out. So some of you was asking that, is there any requirement for science and non-science? No, it is the same. When you come for screening test, it is all the same. And I will now concentrate more on the PP and DT. First is who conducts it. Well, friends, the first person you meet on the day of screening is the duty psychologist. He is the person who conducts your OER test. And after that, he is the person who shows the image on the screen for the picture perception test. The image is shown for 30 seconds. And thereafter, you have a slightly different sheet given to you, which has got a place to mark the details of the characters. You are given, after that 30 seconds, the image is shut down. The lights in the hall are switched on, and you are given time to write down the details of the characters which you see. Now, what details of the character and all those kind of things I'll cover in my detailed classes. But basically, you're writing the details of the character. It is like a memory retention test also, because you have seen an image and you have seen the various characters who have been placed there. Now, one of the things involved here is you have to place the character details in the same place in the square, the way you have seen it in the image. Then you have 4 minutes time to write down the action related to the image, and thereafter the story after selecting one of the characters as your central character. So you can make a circle on that and then create your story. Any questions so far, friends? Any questions, everyone?
No, sir.
Okay. Some of you may ask, sir, how do I find out the age? Sir, how do I find out the mood? How do I know the gender of the image, the characters? Well, age, you can make a broad guess. But don't take it on the extremes, you just write age is between 80 and 90 years. That will definitely not be, because we will always give something with which the candidates can relate and understand. What about the mood? You have to write the mood of the characters also. Now, always remember one thing, my dear friends. Anyone who is positive will see the world as positive. Anyone who's got a negative mentality, who is very worried with life, will always see negativity. So unless you have a, all of you understand an emoji? You have emojis in Zoom also as reactions. So unless the face is turned reverse like a inverted U, that will say you can say negative. But otherwise, my advice is generally be positive with all your characters. It will show your attitude. Okay. So now there will be another question. Sir, how do we perceive the action related to the image? The first thing in the instruction in the PP and DT is you are not supposed to describe the image. You are supposed to imagine and write a story related to it. Okay, friends? So some of you do you have this question? That how do you write the action over there? So what is an action? Yeah, Haisnam, Maitai.
Jain, sir.
Jahin.
Sir, I was just thinking like if there is an image shown, and then like do we necessarily have to start the story with the image shown, or do we have to, we are free with it?
You are supposed to create a story related to one of the characters in the image. Are you getting it? Image
yes,
will
sir.
show. Okay,
I have one last confusion.
Okay, wait, I'll show you an image. this is an image. Okay, right, friends? All of you can see this image?
Yes, sir.
Okay, give me a thumbs up, everyone. Okay, so if you can see this image, in the PPTT we say, do not describe. Don't say what is going on there. We want to know what is the action. So can anyone say what is the action? Any one of you, please try. Please try. Go ahead. Yeah, Haisnam. Tell me what is the action you see?
Sir, can range from varying
No.
way
Tell
of
me
perceiving
one or two words. What is the action you are seeing here?
say, for example, the
Enjoying
two
the picnic.
land masses which were separated are now connected with a bridge that is built between.
No, you said too many things. I want in 2 words, what is the action? Like, you know, okay, wait, everyone, wait. Like, for example, right now, I am talking to you, okay? Suppose we were talking live in a room. What is the action you will see? What will you call it?
Talking each other.
You'll say class in progress, lecture in progress, webinar, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So when you see this image, which I have shown you right now, okay, Rajendra Singh, what will you say? What is the action?
So enjoying the picnic with his family.
Okay, enjoying a picnic. Fine. Aditya?
Sir, outing with our family on a weekday.
Outing with family. All right. Okay. Outing with family. And okay, Haisnam?
Yes, sir. So it can be like the cleanliness drive.
Very good.
Oh.
This is the answer I was looking for. Very good, Haisnam. Somebody said picnic. Somebody said enjoying the beauty. And somebody, now Haisnam is saying cleaning the river. Okay. Now, friends, out of these ideas, which one do you feel is more useful?
Cleaning the river.
Cleaning the river. So you are coming for SSB to join the army. And will you keep talking about a picnic?
No, sir.
So keep a professional touch. I'm not, saying otherwise, if you go for a poetry competition, it's okay. You can say it's a picnic. But you are coming to join the army. A bit of professional touch is also required in the person, isn't it? So
yes,
don't become emotional. Be more constructive in your mind. Have an idea which is more productive. Okay? So this is one of the hints I wanted to give you today. Everyone, have you understood this part?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can anyone else give me the action now? Having understood? Anyone?
So I like to say that
Sir,
a
I have
happy
one
nature.
last confusion.
Oh, wait, Haisnam, we have given you a chance. Let's have others now. Yeah, anyone who can now give another action. When you see this image, what is the action?
Sir, a clean environment, I like to say.
Cleaning environment.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
My young boy is observing the course of river.
You are describing the image that he is observing the course of river. I am not asking you to describe the image. I am asking about the action.
Constructing a river.
Sorry?
Construction of a river, of a bridge.
Construction of a bridge. Yes, very good. You are on the
morning workout at bridge.
Repair the bridge, work or do some work related to the bridge. It's okay. Okay. Right. If you got a general idea, more so we will teach you when you join us for the classes. Now somebody had a question about what do I do if I see some animals in the image? Are they the characters? Like in this, do you see some animals?
Yes, sir.
Are
Yes,
they
sir.
going to
Yes,
be
sir.
characters? So remember, we are talking about human beings. So you will not, these are not your characters. You can't say it is a doggy named Ramu and Shamu and their age is from 20 to 25 and their mood is positive. Okay. So avoid doing that. All right. Please avoid
Yes,
it.
sir.
Don't start describing the animals as characters or objects as characters. Character is
So
a
can
human
we?
being. Character is always a
Yeah.
human being. Please understand that. Okay. Now there
Can
was
we write,
one more. Yeah, go ahead. Please ask your question.
sir? Can we write a story that this human is helping animals, sir?
Helping animals, yeah, it's okay. But let us just think about it. If you're an animal lover, it's a good thing. But what about the professional part of it? Think.
Okay, sir. Got it.
If you're very fond of feeding dog, it can be a hobby. But over here, you're making a story, you know, make something which has got a bigger effect in life.
Yes.
Okay.
So can we name the characters in the picture?
Initially, you have to just describe the characters in terms of the age, mood, and the gender. No names required in PPDT. And thereafter, when you tell about your story, you have to just select one person. Like if I was to give my story, I would say that Ramu was a young graduate who was visiting his village. That is after I have described all the characters. Then I will start my story by saying Ramu is a young graduate. He was visiting his village, and while walking on the bridge, he observed that it was not in a good condition. So thereafter, once he went back to his college with his friends, he made a group and decided to improve and repair the bridge. So that is how your story can proceed. So you need not give the names to other characters. Because who is going to write the story? Okay, remember that. Who is writing the story here?
The candidate himself or herself, sir.
The candidate himself or herself. So you can't be 2-3 people. It is going to be one single character always. But you can involve other people in your story, like make a group. And, you know, there are some inner details which I can tell you once we become part of it, that, you know, it should not be that your central character gets lost in the group and all these kind of things. Okay, now friends, let us, I have overshot the time. And I hope all of you are not in a big hurry. So I'll just take 5 more minutes. May I also ask our director, sir? Sir, can I continue for 5 minutes more?
Yes, please carry on as long as you want. Carry on, please.
Okay, sir. Okay, candidates, are you all comfortable?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so continue with your questions. Any question which you have on the PPDT now? Yeah, Nipo.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, I have a little doubt regarding the PPDT. What is expected from us from a PPDT, as it might be different from TAT stories?
See, I will not say that. Generally, what we are looking for is that, say, for example, you tell me, Nepo, when you saw this image, okay, I'll go back to this image. When you saw this image, what kind of story came to your mind?
The river rafting, sir.
River rafting. So a story came to your mind related to adventure and challenge. So this is the type of person we are looking for, who is helpful, who is constructive, who is seeking adventure, challenge, who is, you know, overall concerned about the welfare of others. Such like, you know, stories are more kind of this thing. Though we don't go into too much detail, remember, we are looking, your story should bring out your nature. Again, I said, if as a good citizen, you are creating this story, as a young boy who is, you know, active, who is interested in life, That is how your story will come out. So it's okay. Your story is like, talking about river rafting, and another place you'll write about some social work. So that's what is, we are looking for. Constructive story, productive story, helpful story, such like things. Yeah. Okay, Anirban. I want other people also to ask. There are just names which are coming. And so please, get involved. Yeah. Okay. Ask your questions quickly. Rajendra. Anirban.
Hello.
Anirban. Okay, Anirban, then Rajendra.
Hello, sir. I have heard that in TAT or like picture perception test,
No, TAT we
should
will not talk about. This is not a psychological test, remember. PPTT is PPTT.
Sir, the approach will be different, sir, for both of them.
I told you. We are just seeing basics. We are not looking at your 15 qualities.
Yes, sir.
I told you just try to make a story like a constructive, useful, productive story.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Sir, my question is that, sir, how to prepare for narration during the lockdown?
Prepare for narration. Yes, good idea. It's a good question also. Once you have written your story, you try to speak it out in your own words. Like I was giving you an example. So how to prepare for narration is you can write stories of your own and then first read it out normally. Thereafter, close it. Try to remember the main words and then speak out your story. So in PPTT, it does not have to be word by word reproduction. Okay? It should generally tell that that is the story you have written. Because assessor is, all your sheets are collected, story sheets are collected. And assessors keep glancing at your story when you're speaking it out. And you get 1 minute, remember, to give out your individual story. So remember the crux points and then speak out. Let me give you an example of, say, for example, this image was there. Let me give you an example of the individual narration. Would you like to hear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So I'll
sir.
say that,
Yes, sir.
Good morning, friends. In this image, I have seen 5 characters. There are 3 males and 2 female characters. The male, 2 of their age range is between 20 and 25, and 1 male is between the age of 15 and 20 years. The female, their age range is between 20 and 25. The mood of all my characters is positive. My central character is Ramu, who's standing on the bridge. Ramu was visiting his native village, where while walking on the bridge, he found that the bridge was broken in many places. And therefore he found that the villagers were facing a lot of difficulty. So having gone back to his college, he gathered his friends, formed a self-help group, and thereafter made a plan to repair the bridge. He came back to the village, convinced the Sarpanch with the plan and the block development officer, got some funds allotted. Along with this, he involved the villagers and the use of local materials. Ramu and his team with the villagers worked hard for over 3 months in their holidays and spare time, and gradually brought the bridge back into shape. Thereafter, having checked the safety, it was thrown open for the villagers, and the lives of the villagers became easier, and the village went into prosperity. Okay? So this is the way you can give your narration. Have you heard it, my dear friends?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this was a little example, and you can, the more details you add, the more details you go into, that is the action that is more valuable over here. How the task was done. Okay. So we also see whether the candidate is just wishing about something and it is getting completed. Yeah, Ravi, you have a question?
Sir, Jai Hind, sir, and good morning, sir.
Jai Hind, good morning, welcome.
Sir, can I ask one question related to your narration or story?
Please go ahead.
Sir, once upon a time when I saw that picture, I write the same story, just like maintaining
just a moment. I actually have not given out the action, okay, while speaking out. So
yes.
The action also coming that carrying out repair of bridge or bridge
yes, sir.
repair. Okay.
So the theme is same, repairing the bridge, and I wrote the same story, maintaining the bridge and with my friends repairing, and I also go for the PWD and all.
Yeah, then, that is where you made the mistake.
Then one of my senior officer said that in your real life you ever did this. Then I said no sir, in my real life I never did all these things. Then he asked some more questions कि घर के सामने की रोड कभी सही करवाई है, कभी ऐसा लाइफ में किया.
Then I said wait. Yes, very good. That's a very valid thing your officer has said, that can you do the repair of the bridge? That is why I said that he has involved the villagers, the use of local materials. He has made a plan how to repair it. And this is a village bridge. Remember, what is a village bridge? It will have planks on the base. Okay. And if you see this image, now look at this image in detail. Look to the left-hand side. The bridge has got a pylon over here. It has got a support.
Yes, sir.
Look to the other side. Does it have a support?
Yes, sir.
Does it have a support?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Also,
no,
see
sir.
the type of bridge. See the type of bridge. It is a V bridge, which you have seen in Shillong, Meghalaya, in Northeast. Most of the little rivers are crossed by the villagers where only one person can go on this bridge. It has got 2 ropes on top and one single plank layer at the base. You have seen these village bridges?
Yes, sir.
So it depends on your experience. Okay. So you can go for bridge repair very easily. And these bridges are mostly made by the villagers themselves. Okay. There are no special engineers coming for these things. You go to all these places in Himachal, Sikkim, you will have the local village bridges.
Yes, sir.
So this idea can be there. You can have
okay, sir.
You can have cleaning of river. Okay. You can have the cleaning of river. You can have this person in the boat.
Sir, can the yes, sir. So, sir, it is also about imagination. It is do not depend on it's on reality की life में किया है कि नहीं.
It is about imagination, but your imagination has to be realistic. Realistic imagination.
Yes, sir. Be practical.
Now, if I say that he has made a dam, is it realistic?
It is no, sir. Never, sir.
That's difficult. No, or if I say that he has, made a highway over there on the river, he has made a highway bridge.
No, sir.
But this is
totally impractical.
So when you see the image in great detail, you will find that this is a very local, simple suspension bridge. In fact, this is what we call truly as a Burma bridge, where there are 3 suspension points.
Yes.
You see, it is a V bridge. Seen that? These lines over here.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes.
So it is your ability to see
yes,
your image in detail and also go by experience. Of course, my mind also goes here because I have crossed many bridges like this in life. In many places, you have just 3 wires, steel wires. I don't know, there are a lot of boys from the Northeast, they will agree with me. Okay. So it is possible. You can repair the bridge, and it is very clear in this image also. But it is not this story. You can plant trees, you can clean the area, you can clean the river. These are the things which are coming to my mind. The boat person can be somebody who is helping people to cross in time of difficulty. He's transferring food and, important items. And also it can be adventure and challenge where somebody is teaching how to use river rafting or using boats in time of crisis and such like things. So it can be many kind of stories. Have I answered the question to some extent?
Yes, sir, definitely.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Fine. So now there was a little secret I wanted to tell you. Okay. Now, basically, after you have created a story, which example which I gave you, after that, basically, you have the discussion. And remember, you must participate actively in the discussion. So one question will come into all your minds is that, sir, what happens if there is a fish market? What do I do? Remember, when people are shouting in a group discussion and everyone is trying to talk, it actually becomes very difficult and some people get into stress. So what is seen here is that which candidate is withdrawing or which candidate is still into action, number one. Now in a shouting match, what happens is that, remember that if you have seen anyone getting into a fight, basically shouting, it is only with one issue they can shout for some time and then they will go quiet. It is that time that you should use your short sentences and start speaking. But remember, give it some value. Don't repeat something. Otherwise, people will not get attracted. So there are times in a shouting match that there will be breaks. It's like, you know, you're trying to drive through a foggy road or you're flying your aircraft in cloudy areas and there are little gaps in the clouds. So similarly, you will get a chance. Remember always to speak in short sentences, speak clearly, but logically. Do not get under stress. Don't get frightened or don't get angry on others in the discussion. Remember to maintain your goodwill towards the group and also goodwill towards the issues which you're talking about. Then also try to help out your group to come to a common group story. And also, friends, have a cooperative attitude. So it is your manner and the matter. These two things which count a lot in the GD of the picture perception and discussion test. So now I wanted to tell you something about a little secret. Are you all ready for the secret?
Yes, sir.
A little secret about the screening test. Okay. So at the end of when the screening test is over, as assessors, we have got two different inputs. One is the input from the discussion, picture perception and discussion. The other input is from your basic intelligence test or OAR test. So OAR test, there is a system of scoring which we have, and all of us get involved in helping out in calculating the scores. And finally, with each candidate, there is the grade they have got in the intelligence test and also their performance. So have a look at this. This is a little comparison chart and I'm trying to highlight certain issues over here. Remember, I told you at the beginning that the more you practice your OAR, the better grading you will get. So let us consider this first candidate over here. Let us consider this first candidate. All of you can see chest number 1. Just a moment. So chest number 1 has got OAR grade 1. Normally very difficult to get, but still if you get grade 1, however, you have not performed too well in the screening test. Now remember, in the screening test, there are 3 assessors who are looking at you during the group discussion. And each one of them gives a grade based on your performance. So it is either yes, no, that is Y, N for no, and D for doubtful. That is maybe he's okay. So now look at this first candidates. Are you able to see the scale over here, everyone?
So the entire screen is not visible.
It's not visible.
No, sir, the entire screen. I mean,
Sir,
only
it is
a part
visible,
of the
sir.
screen.
Yeah, it is visible.
Visible, sir.
It
Visible.
is visible, sir.
It is
So
visible.
I
Clearly
can see
visible.
only a half part of the screen. Okay, so I got it right. Okay, I got it.
So maybe you can adjust it. Okay.
Yes,
Now
sir.
look at CN1, test number 1. What is the OIR grade?
1.
1.
OIR grade is 1. With the psychologist, he has come at doubtful. That means so-so, okay? But with GQ, he is N and IO, his N. That means he was not a very good performer. Maybe he just spoke a few times, or maybe his just story was okay, but he did not take part in the discussion to that level. But his OIR grade is 1. Now, if you see the overall way of looking at things, will you reject such a candidate? Because the basic material seems to be good. So in such a case, if you have performed well in your intelligence test, you will still get recommended. Okay? And similarly, if you get OIR 2 and 2 people have been doubtful, that means you have just participated occasionally, not very great in the discussion, still you can get recommended. And now if you come that you are just okay in OIR and with others you're still doubtful, you will still get recommended. So there are a lot of chances, but your performance in the OIR improves your chances. But if you are low in your intelligence test, every single assessor should be proper yes. That means it should be a very fruitful and active performance you have to give in the screening test. So friends, it is not only important to give out your story or take or perform well in the intelligence test. It is very, very important to participate in the discussion and be an active participant. But remember, it is a discussion. So if you don't let others speak, then that's a very big mistake you are making. Many candidates get rejected because of that also. Often I hear people saying, sir, I took part very actively, but I was rejected. It's because you didn't let others speak. Remember your discussion with your friends. Consider the people who are there as your friends and take part accordingly. And you will find with active participation, there is a very rare chance that you will get rejected from the screening test. So this is what little secret. Now you can't do anything about this, this D, Y. What you can do is from your side is by giving a good performance in the intelligence test and an active performance in your discussion. Okay, now last 1 or 2 minutes when we'll close down. I have exceeded my timing for today's webinar, but I was also happy that you are all with me in this. So any single last question from you all?
Yes, sir.
Any kind of questions?
Yes, sir.
Friends?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, about I do have one question. It's about that the previous conversation that our friend has said that in that GTO in picture perception, he said that will you the officer say to him that will you do in practical about that? Should the answer be yes or no? Is it about
can
realistic?
You just repeat? Like repeat what you've just said. Can you just go ahead?
Okay, sir. My doubt is that that the officer say that about the discussion, will you be able to do in real life, realistic about that? What should be our answer, sir?
Will you be about the idea? Yeah, my answer is something that you can do with your friends. like I was telling that this bridge also in the image was something which is a village bridge and which normal villagers only repair and construct. So definitely you can work, but don't, generally have ideas like making a rocket to go to the moon or trying to construct a big school building. All that requires specialist things. So do something which is based on your knowledge level, reasonable level, social work level. Okay. That is,
Okay, sir.
I hope I'm answering your question, like teaching children,
Yeah.
helping people with food, organizing medical camp, or, constructing irrigation channel, helping the villagers with agriculture systems and all such kind of things.
So, sir, it should be, we need to
You can do tree
involve
plantation.
others.
For example, tree
Ah.
plantation. Tree plantation,
Okay.
anyone can do. Okay.
Do we, so the main priority or concern or objective is that do we need to involve others, sir? Like,
You must have a group effort. Yeah. It's a good idea,
okay,
that
sir.
you are group minded.
Okay, sir.
Okay. All right.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
So, one doubt, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Anirban. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Sir, I've seen that the repeaters are assessed differently in a different group. Sir, is the assessment somewhat different for them?
No, no, no. It is just that to give an equal playing field, we group the repeaters together and freshers together, because fresher is seeing things for the first time and repeater is already familiar with the environment. So just to, ensure that people with, level of equality is there, but assessment is the same. Entire assessment, even main SSB assessment is also the same always.
So is it difficult for the repeaters to, like, is it said, it is said like that it is difficult for them, the repeaters?
No, nothing is difficult.
Okay.
Maybe in the GTO task, when you join our classes, then I will tell you something about the repeaters. There we take you to certain tasks which are of different helping materials will be there. But other things are okay.
Okay.
What we see in repeaters is that how much of thinking they have done to improve themselves. Whether they have realized their mistakes and they have tried to improve it. Okay, so now Rajinder, you have your question. Okay, we'll have one last question and we'll now close the class, the webinar for today. And okay, we have somebody new, Abhinav. Okay, ask your question, please.
Sir, I'm Abhinav, and I would like to start by telling that everyone, I was fortunate enough to attend FCS 14 days SSB capsule back in February.
Abhinav, can you repeat what you said, because your voice is breaking up?
Okay, sir. Am I audible now?
Please go ahead, Abhinav.
Yes, sir. I would like to start by telling everyone that I was fortunate enough to attend as a 14-day SSB capsule conducted by Flame Career Academy, and it definitely had made serious impact on my preparations.
Okay, thank you so much. That's very kind of you.
So my doubt is that.
Yeah.
So my doubt is that I'm basically an NCC cadet.
Yeah.
And in NCC, we have. I hope you are aware of this about the RDC, YEP, and All India Best Cadet competition. Sir, few of my friends have this misconception that achieving All India Best Cadet award and going for YEP, that is to represent India in another nation, will help them clear SSB.
No, it does not.
Yes, sir. Can you elaborate on
Let me tell you. Let me answer your question. GTO does not know anything about you, your marks, your percentages. Okay. Psychologist is looking at your background. Yes, and interviewing officer is the only one who goes in much greater detail to know, so that he can ask more questions about what you may have learned in all your camps. Okay. But other than that, Whether you have, been the best flyer or whatever, or you have climbed Mount Everest, you will still be seen in the same angle. But of course, it adds, it tells a lot about you. It tells a lot. We naturally be very happy to know somebody who's been an active, cadet. It helps. But GTO never gets to know your details. He doesn't even know the name of your father, mother, nothing.
Okay, sir. Understood.
And
sir, there is one more famous myth in the cadets. It's the sons or daughters of officers having the chances of getting recommended.
Actually,
I'm
sons
not
and daughters
myself,
of...
speaking of
No. I will tell you some secret over here. Anyone coming from forces background, especially army officers' children, we check out their behavior more than anybody else's behavior.
Yes, sir.
Okay. But everyone is seen at the closer, but we see things in greater detail.
That means the standard SSB is expecting from them will be a little bit higher from us. Like
Definitely.
Candidates. Yes. Okay, understood.
Special, yeah.
Okay. And sir, can you
tell us, it gives us, it is both ways of looking at it. It gives us a lot of happiness if an armed forces officer or Jawan or Subedar's son comes for the armed forces. It says a lot about the tradition in the family. Okay? It says a lot.
Yes, sir.
It makes us very happy. But at the same time, the behavior has to be checked. We double check the behavior. So I'm thankful for you having participated so actively, and I was very happy to see your questions. And there's a lot more. And of course, now I will request our esteemed director, Brigadier J.S. Gulati, to give the closing note and also give you further information about our webinars. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Rabi. And that was a very exhaustive 1.5 hours. We overshot by 30 minutes, but it is in the overall interest of the candidates, so there is no problems. Our next webinar would now be on Sunday, the 9th of May at same time, that is 1000 hours. I have no doubts that most of you have been able to clear your doubts insofar as stage 1 was concerned. Similarly, we will also try and clear your doubts for stage 2, that is individual, that is IO, the GTO, and the psych. Thank you very much, candidates, for your wholehearted participation. And we look forward to seeing you next Sunday, same time, same place. Till then, be safe, mask up, and all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.